make it about the flag. No matter how much time that we explained, Cap explained, everyone explained it. They switched the narrative and made it un-American when it was so intentional.
Roughly, within the last hour, almost to a word at some points, is what the players called on him to say. So here it goes, the player's statement last night from the NFL stars.
It's been 10 days since George Floyd was brutally murdered.
How many times we need to ask you to listen to your players?
What would it take for one of us to be murdered by police brutality?
What if I was George Floyd?
If I was George Floyd?
What if I was George Floyd?
If I was George Floyd? If I was George Floyd? If I was George Floyd?
I am George Floyd.
I am. Free on the table. I am. I am Tamir Rice.
I am Javon Martin. I am Walter Scott. I am Michael Brown. I am Samuel Kaput. I am Prince Mohammed of White.
We will not be silent.
Insert my right to peacefully protest. You shouldn't take this one another. So, on behalf of the National Football League,
this is what we, the players, would like to state. We, the National Football League,
condemn racism and the systematic oppression of black people.
We, the National Football League,
it is wrong and silencing our players from peacefully protesting.
We, the National Football League, believe Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives.
All right, there it is, Rob. And let's hear from the commissioner, Roger Goodell, because you'll be stunned at how closely it is what he says, exactly what the players wanted the league to do.
It has been a difficult time for our country, in particular, black people in our country. First, my condolences to families of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and all the families who endured police brutality. We, the National Football League, condemn racism and the systematic oppression of black people. We, the National Football League, admit we were wrong for not listening to NFL players earlier and encourage all to speak out and peacefully protest. We, the National Football League, believe Black Lives Matter. I personally protest with you and want to be part of the much-needed change in this country. Without black players, there would be no National Football League. And the protests around the country are emblematic of the centuries of silence, inequality, and oppression of black players, coaches, fans, and staff. We are listening. I am listening. And I will be reaching out to players who have raised their voices and others on how we can improve and go forward for a better and more united NFL family.
All right, Rob, what do you think? I'm not buying it. It wasn't enough. Corporate PR BS,
Yeah.
Chris Broussard.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL, once again, if they would have listened to their players, you mean the player, Colin Kaepernick, who you shunned, ostracized, castrated, took away his livelihood and his job? Is that the guy you're talking about when you said you didn't listen to your players? This coming from a league that should have shame all over its face, and it even has to have a Rooney rule to force owners to hire black people who play football. Disgraceful. And now, because this country's burning, and black players have been pushed to the wall and have no other choice than to stand up, because we all witnessed a murder that we've been talking about forever, about what happens to black people in the hands of white police brutality, social injustice. I don't want to hear about we stand with you. Tell me what you're going to do, Roger Goodell and the NFL. Don't tell me you can't do anything. I saw this league work, Chris, in a good way. in 1993 when they forced the state of Arizona to acknowledge Martin Luther King Jr. and his holiday. They took away, you know how you want to give people a change? Financially. They took away the Super Bowl and any chance that state had to make money. And guess what? Those same people went to the polling places and voted for that holiday. I'm tired of hearing about talking and oh yeah, we're in your corner and we stand with you and all that. None of that means anything today to me. What will you do? That's what I want to hear. And the NFL has come around like so many others, Chris, because they have no choice. I wish you would say anything else or ignore what's going on in this country. You can't do it. You guys go ahead. You want to buy into Roger Goodell and this PR statement and telling you what you want to hear. I don't want to hear it today. I want you to do something to stop it. You are powerful. You know you are. And start treating black people right. The social injustice you talk about, you stand with us, you guys do it every day in the front offices. And the nepotism in the coaching rank and not giving black assistant opportunity and head coaching. So I want you to do it first and talk about the changes that are coming about in the league and what you're going to do in this world, in this country, to do right by black people. And you're right. I'm glad you mentioned without black players, there wouldn't be an NFL. Your league is 70% black. Start acting like it by doing the right thing.
I salute some of what you said. Obviously, it's going to take action. But I'm not going to call this BS. I know that Roger Goodell does listen to Troy Vincent, who we've had on the show, who's an African-American former player, now the executive VP. And believe me, a lot of what is happening with Goodell making this statement, even with what you call the Looney Rule, and you're wrong in ripping just the NFL. All of America has had to have a quote-unquote Rooney Rule to hire black people. America didn't just decide one day, hey, let's start hiring black people. They had to have laws changed. They had to have something called affirmative action. That's American life, Rob. And so the NFL is not unique in having to do something like that to get people to hire blacks. And as flawed as it was a couple of weeks ago with what they proposed as far as giving teams draft incentives to hire a black coach or a black front office person, it was an attempt to right what has been the wrongs in hiring a black. Now, we can sit here and act like everything is peachy keen and people are just going to do the right thing. They're not. So if they're not going to do the right thing, then you've got to incentivize them and create laws.
You hold them accountable.
No,
stop that.
I listened to you for 5 minutes. You stop it. I'm not saying your sentiment is wrong. I'm just saying understand the country we live in. To say the NFL is the only place that
Nobody said that. I never said only the NFL. We're talking about the NFL because of Roger Goodell's statement. That's what we're talking about. I didn't say only. I didn't say only the NFL. Stop those words in my mouth.
You said a league that had to have a Rooney Rule. As if the NBA is all great. How many
NBA never had to make people hire black people?
How many black presidents are in the NBA?
Tell me if there were a guy. There have been in the past, Chris. Don't act like
how many black players
was no
are in your
to hire
favorite league?
Jackie Robinson? What league? Did baseball make him? Baseball made Branch Rickey hire Jackie Robinson? No, they didn't. He did it on his own.
What I'm saying is that you're jumping on the NFL as if they're the only ones. And that's all I'm saying. I want to see action from Roger Goodell. I'm with you on that. I'm going to sit here and just condemn a statement he made just to condemn it. I agree with you. It's got to go beyond this. And the players should last one. I said 2 days ago. If not, I don't know if it was Friday. It was yesterday, I guess. When I said they need to make demands on Goodell, the league, and the owner. Demand that they go ahead and push for criminal justice reform. Demand that they push for federal prosecutors to prosecute these cases rather than local ones. And much more. So I'm with you on making demands, but I'm just saying that if somebody's saying, he said exactly what the players want him to say. The next thing, and I said this yesterday, they gotta get Colin Kaepernick in the league. If you admit that you're wrong, and if you know you shouldn't have been against a peaceful protest, then get Kaepernick in the league. Period. He's good enough. When Michael Sam was about to be ready to be drafted, you hooked it up so a team drafted him. Hook it up, make the call so they take Colin Kaepernick. That's what needs to be done. And that will put action behind the word.
Yeah, he brought up the Michael Sam's rule.
They've made mistakes in the past. But now it's time to correct it. And if people are willing to start correcting them, I'm not going to hold the past mistakes against them if they're ready to correct them. So let's correct them. That's what I say. And this is significant too. We know, Rob, that they made within the last few years, and it came out in the deposition, that the players, the owners, were very much influenced by Donald Trump when they went against the players before. And that's what Goodell apologized for. And we're going to see if he really meant it. Because Trump came out today. Well, let me show where the owners say they were influenced. In the deposition, this came out. Stephen Ross said this about Trump's statement when Trump made it all about the flag. He said that changed the dialogue. I, Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins, was totally supportive of the players until Trump made his statement. Ross also said Patriots owner Robert Kraft had spoken about the issue with Trump, and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell was influenced by the president's sentiment. Now, here's what Trump, as you probably know, Rob, said today. He tweeted this about Drew Brees. He said, I am a big fan of Drew Brees. I think he's truly one of the greatest quarterbacks, but he should not have taken back his original stance of when honoring our magnificent American flag. All glory is to be revered, cherished, and flown high. We should not be standing up straight and tall. We should be standing up straight and tall, ideally with the salute or a hand on heart. There are other things you can protest, but not our great American flag. No kneeling. All right. So you've condemned Goodell's statement. I've said I'm fine with it as long as action follows. Now,
Yeah, I definitely agree with Rob Parker. You know, the NFL is really just trying to save face. All this is just a PR stunt. You know, almost word for word verbatim to what the players said in their release. Y'all could have done this a long time ago. And you notice Roger Goodell never mentioned Colin Kaepernick by name. You know what I mean? So I think this is because Roger Goodell is possibly on his last NFL contract and has already managed his last CBA deal, so he isn't worried about any player or owner repercussions. It's really about saving his legacy because he's been on the wrong side of shit for the whole time. So, no. This is not, I'm sorry, I'm sorry I got caught. And Donald Trump, shut the hell up. Stick with the economy and the trade and fair business practices and regulations. Stay out of professional sports leagues debates and stop telling people how to protest. Mind your fucking business. Bunker.
Thank you for having me on here.